Hey, how's it going? Getting set up. Got like too many things on my desk. That will change at some point because we are talking of moving me to another room, which that is a good thing. I know I don't sound it right now, but it's just where I'm at these days with my headspace. Alright, yeah, just clean up a little because I just realized I'm a little disorganized lately. Only a little. Very disorganized. Anyway. Such is life. Okay. I'm getting there. Okay, that's a little better. Yeah, I just need to clear a little bit of space at the just above this. Because I was looking at a bit of a train wreck there. Alright. Almost there. Just gonna smooth this out. So I'm doing a lot of like back of the cards coloring, so I probably got like colored pencil stuff everywhere. Alright. Okay, here we go. Get that centered. At least this actually gives me an idea of like where I am on the table. So, and I gotta replace these one of these days because I'm starting to get old of. Alright. Cue up the phone so I can see if there's life out there in the world. More life than I have right now. It's kind of how I'm at these days. Anyway. I'll also check if I'm in the right place, too. Because that's something I do, is, where am I? Alright, there we go. You know, whether the phone works or not, who knows. So, we'll see. Alright, just gonna get finalized. Oh, I'm almost ready. Forgot to get my water. Bucket of water. So I got this. I got this. That way you guys can actually see what I'm doing. It's part of my prep, if I remember ahead of time to get this prepped, which I don't. So I gotta rinse this out one of these days again, because it's overdue for cleanse out. Put the solid one in. I got the soft one out. Ta-da! So, hello Monday. That's one way to say it. Alright, I'm just gonna get that back in its corner. There we go. Okay, we're good to go, guys. Mostly, anyway. So, I'm making good progress on the vendor event stuff. I'll just kind of show you. I've been doing a lot of... Ooh. It appears my old labels are falling apart. I've been doing a lot of coloring the backs of the cards just to kind of show you guys. I put the stickers on, I think, this morning, and they're starting to peel off. Oh well. Welcome to old stickers. It's all good. It is what it is. Alrighty. So then I decided for tonight work on more of the bikes and blooms. Whether I use it for the vendor event or not, undecided. But it's always fun to do a little bit of crafting here and there, even if you're feeling blue. So the ink of the month, good question. That's what I'm looking for. So I'd have the block ink. Looks like Calypso Coral, I would say, guys. Yeah, oh, there it is. Yeah, Calypso Coral. There we go. So I don't usually keep it in the box anymore because I usually have it out and about. There's a Calypso Coral. Boom. We're good to go. Where the other one is? I don't know. Okay. So, yeah, we're just going to jump in and kind of see what trouble we get into. And here's the stamps. Here's some stuffs. Alright. Yeah, I'm here too, Elaine. Kind of, sort of. Just stuff. Yeah, literally stuff. Alright, so this card base is green, so we're just going to work on the green right now. I'll probably do 2 cards in succession? Is that the word I want? I don't know. Alright, we'll roll with it. So, start with these. They have the green stripe on the bottom. Fold in half. Bone folder. Grab that. I always like to do it on this side. It's just my preference. Okay, there's one. Same as the other. Fold it. I just prefer this way. Alright, so then they have stamp. Oh, let's look at the original one I made. That would help. Have a lovely day, which is cute. It's really cute, actually, this kit. So let's find some of the pieces, and away we go. One of the doodles is barking and growling. The life of baby doodles. So we have these pieces, because I'm doing 2 cards at once. So we'll pop out one of these. Calypso coral pieces. And I think from this, that's all I need from that. I think, anyway. I don't know. We'll pop out another. And there's a bit of stamping with this card. And then this, these, but we're going to stamp them. And these too. Okay. So we got a bit of stamping to do. Let's get the stamping going. I'm going to do the phrases first. And then we'll jump back to these things. Okay, so I need a block. You know, the classic block D. It does say a D on it. Just kind of cool. People are like, yeah, but which block D? This one. Alright. The stamps, which I buried unintentionally. And I'm just a little out of it lately. So have a lovely day. That's a good phrase. That is a good phrase. So my one lamp is not where it should be. Oh well. So what's interesting is this side is thicker, this side's thinner. So I usually peel from the thinner side so I can retrieve from the thick side, if it makes a difference to anybody in how they retrieve their stamps. Alright, so there's it on the block. Grab the Calypso Coral, which has some good ink on it. One of the doodles has been a Berkey Boo. I don't know which one. Kids are up to something. So then I'm going to ink the other one too. And progress that. There we go. I think that's Buddy, I think. Probably. And that's okay if he's barking. Or if she's barking. I don't know. Sounds like Buddy. I'm guessing it's Buddy. They're upstairs tonight. I decided to not have them come down because I just needed that little bit of peacefulness, which is easier said than done. Alright, so next up is some of the floral pieces, and I think it's this one I need. Yeah, just peeking upstairs in case I gotta go take care of stuff. Alright, so I'm gonna flip this the other way so I can see what we're working with. And then we're gonna stamp these guys on there. And it's supposed to kinda sorta line up perfectly, like so. Kinda sorta, if you know what you're doing. Yeah, it was hard to get to the room tonight. You know, and earlier it's like, no, it's not happening. And I'm trying to get to the room, trying to get down here. But just finally just kind of sort of took a page from Ivy's book and bulldozed my way down here. She is a good kid. Yeah, I'm trying. Even if it's really hard right now. Okay, we got that. I think that's all the stamping for this card, I think. Alright, but we'll let those dry for a short. We need a bike from one of these lovely pieces. But it looks like from here, I don't think I need anything from here. Now from this, that's a negative, which I can cut it up later for scraps. And then from here, I think this is what I need as one of these, so let's just do it. Actually, really two of them, because we're doing both cards tonight of this version. Alright, so I got that popped out. I don't think I need anything else based on the images, but we shall see. We'll come back to it all if we have to. Alright, and that was the first one I made anyway, so at least I got a guide to look at, more than just the instructions. Alright, I need a bigger desk. That was discussed about the moving to another room. And my guess, I need a bigger space. Okay, so next up is take a card base, take 1.5 bikes, and use a whole whack of dimensionals. Here we go. So they show in the picture like suggested spots to put them, but I'm just going to put them kind of where I feel tonight. Where using the image as a decent guide to help remind myself what sections kind of need some stability. It looks like the minis dimensionals are a winner in this. And the rest is all along the wheel. So the news of Stampin' Up, to be honest, I have not been paying attention. I'm a little self-focused on my stuff right now. I know there's been some big announcements with the hot foil system and all that. What it is, I don't know yet. If people want to ask me, I can definitely, look into it. Am I going to invest in it? Not at this time. Not something I'm looking to get into because my style is very much more of a casual, especially these days. I'm more feeling that casual, relaxed. Yes, there's my garbage bin, looking very pink. Keeping it simple because as much as it's fun to make complicated stuff, and there's a time where us crafters will get into a big project, but there's times where like tonight, it's like, you know what, I like to have instructions, just help me, guide me along to do something creative without the pressure of stress of, can I do it? Am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? The pieces are pre-cut. Am I going to measure it right? Am I going to cut it wrong? Like, it takes away a lot of that negative thinking that sometimes it's like, nah, I just need something to guide. So that's where I'm at with my crafting style lately. Where I'm going to go with it, I don't know yet. We'll see. Sometimes just got to be able to pivot and, adjust as needed. So there's bike 1. We're going to do bike 2. So that's a kind of like where I'm at these days. Am I going to get into more complicated stuff? Not for a while. Not until I feel a little more together. Like, it's amazing what other demos do come up with. And it's great. It's just, nah. Keep it simple. Like, my avenue of my outreach is for people who, hey, if you're kind of like me where, you kind of don't know where you're at these days, I can totally relate. So on yesterday, my partner and I did a drive down Oakville to the vendor event place to see the parking lot because he's my helper for setting up a good portion of it. So we got to really take a look around, see the parking lot. I got to remind myself what the place looked like because I was there 2 years ago in the summer, pretty much same timeline. And it was very informative yesterday because we got to see what parts of the parking lot is just not going to work. So that was beneficial. So I contacted them. It's like, hey, I have some concerns, guys. You know, where are you putting me? Like, there's certain sections here that this is a no-go, you know, like, I know we're good, we're good. They told me the section that is a yes. I'm like, oh, thank God. It's like, yeah, people, like, I can only do so much here. So no, that worked out really well to make that drive down, make sure we're good. I'm just pressing my buttons. The one time we can press buttons. The bicycle's buttons. So that was good. I actually got invited to a vendor event in September. I've yet to email the person back because I got the email alerted last night when I was going to bed. I looked at my phone. I'm like, oh, cool. I looked at the date and I'm like, oh, it coincides with my very last trailer event of the year. And I did think about it for a moment. It's like, where do I want to go with it? And I did ask my spouse for feedback, which the feedback was, nah, just do the class. You know, it's the last one of the year. Enjoy it with what it is. So I'm like, that makes sense. Because I was like, borderline, like, do I do it? Do I do the event? Do I not do the event? Like, so. It's too bad because I like the event. So, oh well. It's okay. Maybe next year will be better. Alright, there we go. Because in the past, I don't usually book my dates that well in advance. So this is one of the rare times that I have everything booked a year ahead. So it's a very different mindset. Alright. Okay, these are next. So, not a bad thing, but it's like, yeah, at least it's nice to be able to run a perspective by somebody on, hey, am I thinking the right thing, or am I off in another realm with some silly idea? So, sure enough, I had a silly idea, but that's okay. But that's how creative minds can think. You know, sometimes it takes a silly idea to come up with a good idea. Well, speaking of good ideas, I had one come up on the weekend that is just flipping amazing. I have yet to figure out how I'm doing it. I'm super excited by it. And I'm really hoping it'll come together. I'm not sharing it yet because it's an idea that I got some homework to do. I gotta make some stuff towards it. It's just I'm nowhere near starting that right now, but at least I'm doing the homework portion right now. To at least acquire and get started, because it did take I needed to ask around to find something specific, so I'll just kind of tease it here. I did get on Amazon this to start. It's a ducky. Those who know me personally might kind of know where I'm going with this. Kinda, sorta. So, I have a great idea with the duck theme. And it's something that it's really super fantastic, or it's just gonna flop. And it's a big idea that I gotta take some time and really work with it before I launch it. So it's something that could be very good for what I do. So I'm really excited about it. Like, I actually am. So it's nice to come up with something really cool and actually feel that excitement and feel like, hey, this could be really, really cool. So time shall tell. Anyways, what it is, to be determined. Eventually it will come out. It's just, yeah, it's just not on my radar right now to actually get started, other than planning. A little bit of planning homework here and there. I came across a Stampin' Up! Stamp from the past called Something for Baby. So that has the rubber ducky in it. So I've reached out to our team, and so far only one person confirmed that yes, they have it, and they're willing to part ways with it. I just have to wait till the end of the month. Which is okay, actually, because I'm kind of too busy right now to get into it. And this woman is absolutely lovely. So she says she'll drop it off when she's around the area. I really certainly hope so, because this idea is freaking fantastic. It was an idea that could literally change the course of where I'm at doing this. So it could, but it might not. Most likely it won't. I shouldn't be that negative, but no, it's something really cool. And it was inspired by something that happened on Friday, that, you know, something came up to it in our lives. Did some homework on it because someone else asked me, what does it mean? And reading the origin story of what it is prompted me that, hey, I can do something with this, and I'm gonna do something with it. So a little bit into where I'm at. But yeah, these days, ooh, that just flew across the table. Where did that go? Shoot, shoot, shoot. I need that dimensional. That dimensional just flew far away. Screw it. Yeah, she flew. Okay, whatever. Dimensional's gone. I'll roll with it. Yeah, it literally just flew. It's probably stuck to something too. Oh well, whatever. Whatever. Make sure it's not the scissors. So yeah, on Saturday we did a road trip. Good, but not good. Like, no, the road trip was good. It was nice. I posted a picture on my personal profile about me sitting in the water. You know, it's a rare image because of the, you know, lack of happiness. And it's like, yeah. And it's great seeing how many likes it gets, but it's interesting to see, you know, I wasn't looking for comments. I don't really care, but it was just fascinating to see it. It only had like 2 comments. One person actually got what I said. The other person was kind of like, you know, whether they read it or not, or they just assumed something else. And that's fine. Like, I'm kind of hitting this mode of, it doesn't really matter anymore. It's like, either people are going to get it or they're not going to get it, and that's okay. Alright, well, we're coming up to the near end here. So these half moon type pieces, we're going to get some seal, and then we got to get some bling, and then we're done. I know the bike should be on top, but it doesn't matter. I just like it that way anyway. Alright, we got that, we got that. Alrighty, so then bling, which I've buried. Classic me. And I'm just looking at where, did I even do it the first one? I did. Oh, I see where they go. So 1, 1, and 1 in there. Oh, I need the thread too. Oops, a daisy. Okay, I'll get that in a moment. I'm not big on the thread though. Really not big on the thread. Alright, I'm just gonna use my nails. Why not? Sometimes it's cool to have nails. Okay, 1 done. For the bling. Of course, they stick to me really, really well. I should use a tool, but, you know, I'm stubborn. I just flew these one across the table. Luckily, it landed in my box. Okay, there we go. But yeah, I'm very stubborn. Yeah. That's kind of who I am. Alright, now the thread. They're saying 12 inches. 12 inches. So the ruler, oh yeah, sorry. Because they got both metric and imperial on here. So 0 to 8. So math accordingly. Now, as you all know, me and thread don't get along. But who's counting? Okay, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. A little more than 12, but that's okay. Another piece, same thing. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. Almost done. At least these two cards anyway. And I'll probably call it a night. Because I'm just not up for a lot more. You know, the matter is, I still showed up. That's all I can do. Alright, so welcome to... I still haven't properly learned how to do a bow. I'm actually struggling with that right now. But that's okay. Just want to make a middle point on here. So at least I have something to aim for. A little knot in the middle. I don't know why. I just like that knot in the middle for some reason. Maybe it's not conventional with doing this, but... yeah, see, I just struggle to do this. But that's okay. Still about showing up. Attempting. So there's a really big bow. Bring it in. I might keep it big anyway. Why not? Bigger the better. I kind of like it big. Just gives it its own whimsy. Alright, we'll come back to that. We're going to do the second one. Because, yeah, after this, I gotta dig into some boxes for the vendor event. So, yeah, when it comes to bow lessons, do not follow me. Because I am not a pro at this at all. But that's okay. I'm starting this one really small. Yeah, because I just struggle to do this. Literally. Not bad. I survived. Yeah, so guys, we're gonna get 2 bows. Alright. So then I'm gonna grab a glue dot, which we do have on here, some glue dots. And just stick them on. This time I am going to use a tool. I'll just use a simple one. Simple is sometimes helpful. So there's the glue dots to start. I'm going to pull off the cap in a moment. And there we go. There's one. There's 2. And ta-da! There's our bike cards. So some are completed. Woohoo. And more another day. Not sure when. Not sure if we'll do it on video or not. But sometimes it's just nice to go back and just kind of do the same again. And just, you know, relaxing. Whatever's. And then I still got these ones to get to another day. Alright, everyone. Thanks for watching. Crafter Kitties. As much as I know I really don't seem like it tonight, we're born to play, built for mischief. Even if we don't feel it. Bye for now.